All right, everybody. So, welcome back to one of my multi-part episodes of conglomerations of things that I do not really even want to partake in, but yet I get phone calls all the time. So if this wasn't my neighbor, I would not have done this. But anyway, we have had Instagram posts for this vehicle before. We have a 2002 Damon Daybreak RV. We had no parking lights up at the top, down low, nothing. It was dead. Dude, has no wiring schematic, nothing. So, the brake lights were also stuck on. He wanted it serviced. They're getting ready to take a road trip. And I was like, all right, man, I'll look at it. So, let me turn this damn buzzer off. Weird things were happening. Like, the freaking hazards, the fuse for the hazards out here under the hood, of all places, not under the hood, but there, it was blown. Now, it's not one of the big Maxies. It's one of the other ones above that, and you can't really see it, but it's up there, but like that one right there. Anyway, it's a 20. It was blowed. Why the hell? Like, I haven't worked on this thing in 2 years. Last time I worked on it, I put a fuel pump in it. And y'all could check my YouTube channel out on that one because there's just not a lot of information on these things. Nobody in this town wants to work on this crap because there's no information. Like, it is actually dealer specific. If you want to find out the wiring schematics, the plausible conditions of how to fix what's wrong, blah, 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 schematics, anything, you have to be a dealer. I mean, that's, it's like dealer software in like programming, in parameters and at ECMs, that kind of thing. But with RVs, if you're not a dealer, you don't have access to that kind of stuff, and they don't provide it to you. You get a few schematics, but you don't get everything. So anyway, let me grab a light so I can kind of show you what's up. So the whole situation with the marker lights or the clearance lights, this ICC switch, this is what's referred to as a interrupter of clearance and centers or something. But if anybody, Jeff Roach, you can quote me on this. Like, if you're into the over the road industry and you're used to driving over the road, if you go to pass someone, a lot of times truckers or anybody educated in that aspect of the industry will flash their parking lights or their headlights indicating that, it's good for you to pass, or they're thanking you once you've completed an overtake maneuver. They'll be like, all right, I'm going to flash them, or I'm going to flash my marker lights off and on so they know they've got the space to merge back over into the slow lane. That's what this switch is for. So anyway, I've been messing with this for like literally 2 days, and I did not know what ICC was. Like, normally it's called marker interrupt in the big rig industry, and that's what I'm formalized to. So you look at it and you see this, not sure what that was, but that's cool. Anyway, we got some resistance here, and anyway, so that one's brown, and then I've got a 10 amp fuse tied into this jumper just for protection aspects. But that one, oh wow, it's actually got some heat to it, but it's brown too. You can't see it. You can see the brown spot right up in there, but Anyway, so on the back side of that switch, there's where they come into on the ICC, and it doesn't look bad there. There was no indication of anything wrong, but when you come up to the ICC and you actually try to toggle it, it's absolutely melted from the inside and you can't see it. But when you turn the parking lights on, you know, everything lights up. It seems fine. There's no indication of anything wrong. But when you actually try to toggle the switch, like, you know, like I can toggle this switch, you know, dash fan comes on, everything's good, see? But when I try to do this one, it's completely welded from the inside out. It's fused. It's been so hot. But anyway, so I didn't know what that was. I just thought, well, all right, I'm gonna start looking for hot stuff. I've been through that panel, the actual horn relay that goes in under the dark green indication there with those 4 posts. He needs a new relay because the moisture, I guess, from it sitting has ate it up. Or a water leak. I mean, who the hell knows? It's not my coach. But anyway, so I got back to the bike, and this is the point of this whole video. I have ripped it apart because, you know, I just don't care. I'm gonna figure out. I'm a bloodhound, man. If I can't figure out what's wrong with it, then there's no sense in me even trying. So if anybody wonders why it costs so much money to decipher these types of problems in these older vehicles, especially RVs, when nobody wants to work on RVs because there's no information on them, I swear it's about like jet skis. I honestly should just, you know, jet skis, RVs, Jeeps, if Jeep frame repair, if it wasn't so labor intensive between that and jet ski repair and RVs, honest to God, take it to Pedley's and see what you get charged for something like this, if they even stay on it, because they are, you know, they're going to take care of their fleet customers first. And I get it. I totally get it, because man, this is time consuming. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Everybody says, oh, if you own a boat, you know what boat stands for? Bust out another 1,000. If you own an RV, man, we need to have an acronym for that, honest to God. So there were no clearance lights up here, and I'm getting ready to turn this stuff back on. The loom goes up all the way up through there. I took this A-pillar, I took all that off because there just wasn't any sense in it. So check this out. I'm gonna set my light down here with my 1,000 screws that I've taken out. But yeah, so we're gonna turn the parking lights back on, and that's pretty damn cool. Oh yeah, we have no clearance lights. Okay, so we're back to the same scenario. This is a good indication for everybody. All right, so everything is dead. And when I was talking about this earlier, I don't have a light in here, but anyway, so here's the other end of this. I've got my fuse. All right, so I'm going to connect this. God almighty. Just so everybody can see, we're going to connect this right here. And, oh, yeah, like that. Oh, sorry. All right, so now we've got everything is on except for the center. That's fine. But we've got everything up low and up top. All right, so I got that figured out earlier, but yet the back top clearance was not working, and now they're working. Okay, and that's peachy. I've got the lens off that one, but I had to dig, man, and figure out where in the world it came into this, and it all comes down to this plug right here. So as you can see, I wiggle the plug and I can't do it with one hand. Up, up. There they are. See it? They're out. They're on, out, on, out, on. I am literally just barely moving this. Okay. Out, out, on, out, on. Really? So we're going to crack this plug open together, and we're going to see what it looks like because I said so. All right. I just pulled it apart. There it is. It doesn't look bad, honestly. And this is the cause of most electrical problems on any medium current draw circuit of any kind. These are cheap connectors. You can't really see. Hold on. Unless I come into this, but these are like a see how you can spread them? You can spread those apart right there where they're split, and they're like a finger connector, they call them, and you can split those apart to gain added tension when they go into the male connector or the barrel terminal, so to speak. But it really, you know, you can put electrical system or contact cleaner in these all day long, but if you don't take care of the tension on these fingers where they're split right there and spread them apart, the best indication that I can explain is on a semi-trailer, the cord that connects the power unit or the tractor to the trailer. I see it all the time. If it doesn't have enough tension to spread out and grab the female side, it won't connect. So here we are again. We've got all this, but we don't have any of that. And you know, we can come back in here and we can connect this together once again, and we can plug it in and we've got it. But just like a tractor trailer, when a tractor is turning, pulling a trailer into a supermarket or something like that, and it moves, if you've ever been on the interstate and you follow a tractor trailer and you see this happening to the back of the trailer, and it's like constantly doing, you know, this flashing, whatnot, normally it's because of a connector just like that. But on a tractor trailer, there are 7 wires in a big metal connector that connect the power unit to the trailer, but the terminals are exactly like this. They're just supersized and super well built, but it's the exact same indication is exactly what's going on here. But going back to troubleshooting something like this is why Owensboro RV and places like that, and I'm not giving them any props whatsoever. I could name a few figures money wise of what something like this would cost to diagnose, and I ain't gonna do this to my boy. You know, this is just one of those things. I mean, this thing has sit for over a year. He hasn't even been on a trip. I mean, we had the situation. Chad, CB Media, YouTube, the situation, dude, straight up, quote me on that. But anyway, so yeah, man, it's ridiculous. So, but yeah, that's the way it goes. But you know, now we got everything. It's figured out. It's just a matter of spreading these terminals in this plug, put some dielectric grease in there to keep the weather out. You know, they didn't do this in the production line. These things were built just like a mobile home. They were in and out, man. Get them on the floor, get them done. get it out. That's what it was about. And you know, with these types of vehicles, and it, you know, they weren't meant to be just easily diagnosed. They're not like your typical motor vehicle per se, whether it's commercial or residential or you know what class of vehicle it is. It doesn't matter, because it's always something different every single time. And people just don't realize that when it comes to your everyday driving car or truck, you know, you don't normally experience things like this. Now, the occasional CAN bus, whatever, how your vehicle communicates with the different modules electronically, every now and again you'll run into a fluke, but normally those vehicles have been flooded and there's no Carfax. But, you know, with these types of vehicles, moisture is everywhere, all over the place. You can't just get the moisture out of every single thing. And when they sit in somebody's driveway, you're a victim of your own creation. If you're parking it there, unless you're in Arizona, you can't keep the moisture out. And that's what comes back to these types of connections, like the oxidation, you know, oxidizes the copper, and once it oxidizes the copper, you affect your resistance or your reception, your conductivity within that conductive metal, and it's over. And I mean, that's just the way it goes. So anyway, I hope this serves somebody well, and I probably rambled too much, but that's just what I do, because I rip stuff apart, and God, if he could only see everything that I've done to it, I really don't care. I'll fix it. That's what I do. But just trying to be an overachiever, you know. But I'll get it done, and it is what it is. So, yeah, stay cool, guys.